Tashi Dilek. In today's session, we are going to discuss how the second case regarding adjustment of capitals can be applied in a full-fledged question. And the second case is adjustment of old partners' capital on the basis of new partners' capital, which means old partners or existing partners, they don't want to have their old capital balance. Instead, they want to have a change capital. I mean, they want to have new capital on the basis of new partners' capital. Okay, now let us understand how old partners' new capital can be calculated in a full-fledged question. Okay, like I said earlier, whenever we solve a full-fledged question, we have to see whether accumulated profits and losses are given in the balance sheet, old balance sheet or not. If they are given in the old balance sheet, then such accumulated profits and losses should be transferred to capital account of old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. And then we need to write off goodwill among old partners in their old profit sharing ratio if it appears in the old balance sheet. Okay. On that side, we have accumulated profit in the form of general reserve and investment fluctuation fund. Okay, first we will transfer general reserve. Since general reserve shows credit balance, why so? Because it is on liability side of the balance sheet. So if we transfer general reserve account DR to, it should be transferred to capital account of old partner, that is X and Y in their old profit sharing ratio. So to X capital account to Y's capital account. So what is the amount of general reserve? Yes, 9,000. So 9,000 should be transferred to capital account X and Y. So what is the old profit sharing ratio? Yes, 3:2 is old ratio. 9,000 3:2 means 9,000 multiplied by 355. 5 ones are 5, 4 5 8 means 1 8 into 5 5 is 40. 5 ones are 5. Sorry, I'll use calculator instead. 9,000 multiplied by 3 divided by 5, how much? Okay, 5,400. X will get 5,400 and Y will get how much? 3,600. Okay. So here general reserve account is debited since general reserve shows credit balance. If we transfer general reserve to old partners, then it will be debited. Whereas old partners capital account will be credited because profit, general reserve is the part of profit. That profit is transferred to capital account of X and Y. Thereby, their capital will be increased. If their capital increase, X and Y capital account should be credited. Okay. Next, we have investment fluctuation fund. So here, the fund available with us is rupees 5,000, and on the asset side, the book value of investment is 21,000. Whereas its current value, since current value of investment is not given in the adjustment, it is given in the balance sheet itself. So here market value of investment is rupees 9,000. So here the adjustment is given in the balance sheet. Most of the time adjustment is given outside the balance sheet. Right now it is given in the balance sheet. So we have to treat it as adjustment. Here the book value of investment is 21,000, whereas its current value or market value of investment is 90,000, which means there is loss on account of fall in the market value of investment, and the difference amount is 2,000. So here a loss of this 2,000 should be met by investment fluctuation fund, which is rupees 5,000. So if we deduct 2,000 from 5,000, the remaining balance will be 3,000, and that 3,000 should be transferred to capital account of X and Y in their old profit sharing ratio. So here investment fluctuation fund account DR to X capital account to Y's capital account, and the remaining balance is 3,000. Since a loss of rupees 2,000, the difference between book value and market value is 2,000. So there is a loss of rupees 2,000. If that loss should be deducted from fund available with us, which is 5,000. So the remaining balance will be 3,000, and that 3,000 should be transferred to capital account of X and Y. So how much X will get? Yes, X will get 1,800, and Y will get how much? 1,200. Since 3,000 should be transferred to capital account of X and Y in the ratio 3:2. 3,000 multiplied by 3 by 5. 5 ones are 5, 6, 6 is 18. Okay. Now, in the adjustment, Z will bring rupees 56,000 as his share of capital, and goodwill of firm is valued at rupees 84,000, and Z will bring his share of goodwill in cash. So here, new partner's share of goodwill, I mean Z's share of goodwill is not given here. So we have to calculate Z's share of goodwill on the basis of total capital, on the basis of firm's goodwill. So here firm's goodwill is given, which is 84,000. So whenever we pass necessary journal entry with regard to goodwill, we have to follow 3 important steps. And the first step is that's a share of goodwill. New partner's share of goodwill. That's share of goodwill. So that share of goodwill is how much? Firm's goodwill is 84,000. So we need to calculate new partner's share of goodwill on the basis of firm's goodwill. And what is new partner's share of profit? Yes, new partner's share of profit is 1 by 6. 6 1 is 6, 6 1 is 6, 6 4 are 24. So that has to bring rupees 14,000 as his share of goodwill. And the second step is to calculate sacrificing ratio. Sacrificing ratio. So sacrificing ratio of X and Y is 3:2. Why? So here we have to take old ratio as sacrificing ratio, since new ratio is not given in the question. More so, information regarding sacrifice made by old partner is also not given. So we have to take old ratio as sacrificing ratio. So the sacrificing ratio is 3:2. And the last step is to pass necessary journal entry. To pass necessary journal entry. So the journal entry will be cash account DR to Z's capital account to premium for goodwill. So here Z has brought rupees 56,000 as his capital and rupees 14,000 as his share of goodwill. In total, he has brought rupees 70,000 towards his capital and premium for goodwill. So here cash account is debited, since cash being an asset of the firm and cash is coming to the business. If cash increases, it should be debited. Whereas that capital account is credited because that has brought his capital into the business, and that is why, since that has brought his capital into the business and that capital increases here, therefore that capital should be credited. And premium for goodwill. So premium brought in by new partner should be transferred. Premium brought in by new partner does not belong to firm. It is to be transferred to sacrificing partner's capital account in their sacrificing ratio, which means the premium amount is payable to sacrificing partner, which means it should be treated as liability. If liability increases, it should be credited. That is why premium for goodwill account is credited here. Now we have to transfer premium account. Okay? If we transfer premium for goodwill account, then it will be debited. Okay? To whom? Sacrificing partner. Now who are sacrificing partner? Yes, X and Y are sacrificing partners. So premium amount should be transferred to sacrificing partner. X capital account to Y's capital account. So what is their sacrificing ratio? Yes, 3:2. So sacrificing ratio is 3:2. So 14,000 should be transferred to X and Y in the ratio of 3:2. In the sacrificing ratio of 3:2. So 14,000 multiplied by 3 divided by 5. How much? Okay, X will get 8,400 and Y will get how much? Yes, 5,600. Okay. So here X and Y's capital accounts are credited because premium amount is being transferred to capital account of S and Y. Thereby their capital will be increased. If their capital increase, it should be credited. Okay. Next we have plant and machinery be appreciated by 1,500. If plant and machinery be appreciated by 1,500, then journal entry will be plant and machinery account DR to revaluation account. Okay, so it is increased by how much? 1,500. So we have to write the difference amount for revaluation account. 1,400, 1,400. So here, plant and machinery being an asset of the firm, if asset increases, it should be debited. Whereas revaluation account is credited because there is a profit on account of increasing the value of machinery. Whenever asset increases, there will be a profit. That is why revaluation account is credited here. Next, all debtors are good. All debtors are good means there is no provision, there is no new provision for doubtful debts. In a sense, the total amount which is receivable from debtor is 42,000. So here in the adjustment, all the debtors are good, which means all the debtors are capable of making their payment as and when they become due. It means all the debtors are in a position to pay off their debt as and when they become due. So here, all provision for doubtful debt is 7,000, whereas new provision for doubtful debt is nil, 0. Since all debtors are good, in a sense, all debtors are capable of making their payment on due date. So, since provision for doubtful debt being a liability of the firm, if liability decreases, it should be debited. That is why provision for doubtful debt account DR to revaluation account. So what is the amount? Yes, provision for doubtful debt is decreased by 7,000. So here, revaluation account is credited because there is a profit on account of decrease in the value of liability. Since provision for doubtful debt being a liability, if whenever liability decreases, there will be a profit. That is why revaluation account is credited here. Next, there is a liability of rupees 9,600 included in creditors that is not likely to arise, which means a creditor of rupees 9,600 is not likely to claim his money from the firm. If he is not likely to claim his money from the firm, then the amount which is to be credited, the amount which is to be paid to creditors will be decreased. Since creditor is a liability, if liability decreases, it should be debited. So journal entry will be creditors account DR to revaluation account. Since it is decreased by how much? 9,600. 9,600. Again, revaluation account is credited because there is a profit on account of decrease in the value of liability. Okay, whenever liability decreases, there will be again profit. That is why revaluation account is credited here. Okay, and the sixth adjustment is the capital of X and Y will be adjusted on the basis of Z's capital. So here X and Y, they don't want to have their old capital balance. Instead, they want to have a change capital. I mean, they want to have a new capital on the basis of Z's capital. Any excess or deficiency will be made by withdrawing or bringing in cash, which means adjustment of surplus and deficiency are made through cash. Okay, that we will do when we prepare partners capital account. Okay. Okay, now we are going to prepare partners capital account. So here the opening balance of X and Y's capital is 1,19,000 and 1,12,000. I'm going to write here the opening capital of X is how much? 1,19,000. Whereas opening capital of Y is 1,12,000. I'm going to write here. Okay. First we have to prepare revaluation account. So on the basis of this journal entry, we need to prepare a revaluation account. So I'm going to prepare here revaluation account, DRCR. A particular amount, particulars amount. So here, since we have open revaluation account, we need to look at revaluation account. So here, all the revaluation accounts are credited here. Revaluation 2, revaluation 2, revaluation 2, revaluation. Since all the revaluation accounts are credited, so credit part will be posted on credit side of revaluation account. But in particular column, we have to write other expense. So what is other expense of revaluation account? Partners in plant and machinery account, provision for doubtful debt, and creditors account. So so here we have to write by plant and machinery. So what is the amount? 1,400. So here, provision for doubtful debt. What is the amount? Since greater than revaluation account is credited, so credit part will be posted on credit side. Okay, but if we have to write other expense. So here, provision for doubtful debt. So what is the provision for doubtful debt? 7,000. And again, revaluation account is credited here. So creditor account is, what is the amount of creditor? 9,600 by creditors. So what is the amount of creditors? 9,600. So here we can see that revaluation account shows credit balance, since the credit side of revaluation account is more than debit side. So we have to write the total of credit side. Okay, in total how much we got here? 8, 17, 18. Yeah. So in total how much? 18,000. So the same amount should be written here. So since revaluation account shows credit balance, it indicates profit, and that profit should be transferred to capital account of old partner in their old profit sharing ratio. So to profit transferred to whom? Yes, capital account of old partners X and Y. So 18,000 should be transferred to X and Y in their old profit sharing ratio. What is their old profit sharing ratio? Yes, old profit sharing ratio is 3:2. 18,000 multiplied 3 divided by 5. So X will get how much? 10,800. And Y will get how much? 7,200. Okay. So with this we are done with revaluation account. Now we are going to prepare partners capital account. Before we prepare partners capital account, we have to know the opening capital of old partner, that is X and Y. Opening capital is 1,19,000 and 1,12,000. So opening capital of X is how much? Since we need this amount, since we have to prepare partners capital account. Whenever we prepare partners capital account, we should always start with opening balance of old partners capital. So opening balance of old partners capital are 1,19,000. X how much? 1,19,000. And Y how much? 1,12,000. Okay. Now we are going to prepare partners capital account. Here. Okay. Partners capital account, DR, CR, and the partners are okay. So here we write particulars X, Y, and Z. Here again we have to write particulars X, Y, and Z. Like I said before, whenever we prepare partners capital account, we should always start with opening balance. So here the opening balance, opening capital is 1,90,000 and 1,12,000. So by balance brought down. So why we write opening balance on credit side of partners capital account? Because partners capital account shows credit balance. Therefore, opening balance should be start from credit side. Should be start from credit side of partners capital account. Opening balance is how much? 1,19,000. And Y is 1,12,000. Okay. Since we have prepared partners capital account, so we need to look at capital account of X, Y, and Z. So here X and Y's capital accounts are credited. So credit part will be posted on credit side of partners capital account. But in particular column we have to write again other expense. What is other expense? General reserve. So what is the amount of X? X capital is 5,400 and Y capital is how much? 3,600. Okay. Okay. Next, again here, X and Y's capital accounts are credited. So credit part will be posted on credit side. But in particular column, we have to write other expense, which is investment fluctuation fund. So what is the amount of X and Y's capital? Yes, 1,08,000 and 1,800 and 1,200. Sorry. Okay. So here again we find Z's capital. So here Z's capital is credited here. So credit part will be posted on credit side. But in particular column we have to write RX. What is other expense? Yes, cash account. So what is the amount of Z's capital? Z's capital is 56,000. Since we have opened Z's capital, so we have to write the amount of Z's capital, which is 56,000, not cash amount. Okay. So here again, X and Y's capital accounts are credited. So credit part will be posted on credit side. But in particular column we have to write other expense. So other expense is premium for goodwill, which is how much? 5,000. Yes, 8,400. Sorry, 8,400 and so here 8,400 and 5,600. Okay. So here, okay. I forgot one thing. Okay, since revaluation account shows credit balance, if revaluation account shows credit balance, that it indicates profit, and that profit should be transferred to capital account of all parties, and the journal entry will be revaluation account DR to X capital account to Y's capital account. So what is the amount of revaluation? In total, how much? We have 18,000. Here I forgot to write this also. So total amount is 18,000. So this profit is transferred to capital account of X and Y. And the amount is 10,800 and 7,200. Since profit is transferred to capital account of X and Y, thereby profit will be decreased. If profit decreases, it should be debited. That is why revaluation account is debited. whereas X and Y's capital account should be credited since profit is transferred to their capital. So their capital will be increased. That is why X and Y's capital accounts are credited. So here again, X and Y's capital accounts are credited. So credit part will be posted on credit side. What is going to column here to write? Other expense. What is other expense? Yes, revaluation. Profit on revaluation. So what is the profit? Yes, 10,800 and 7,200. 10,800 and 7,200. Okay. Okay. Now we have to balance the partners capital account here. Okay. Since all the partners capital account shows credit balance, in a sense the credit side of partners capital accounts are more than debit side, so partners capital account shows credit balance. So we need to write the total of credit side. Now if we add this amount, okay, 1,19,000 plus 5,400 plus 1,800 plus 8,400 plus 10,800. So here, how much we got? 1,45,400. Okay. So total of X capital is 1,45,000. Now we are going to add up the amount of Y, the capital of Y, 1,12,000. 3,600 plus 1,200 plus 5,600 plus 7,200, and the total amount is, yes, 1,29,600. Okay, and the total of Z is 56,000. So the same amount should be written here, 1,45,400 and here 1,29,600 and here 56,000. So the difference between the amount of debit side and credit side of partners capital account will be the same amount, which is 1,45,400 and 1,29,000. So to balance carried down. To balance carried down means closing balance of all the partners. Here, the difference amount will be 1,45,400, 1,29,600 and 56,000. Since there is no transaction on debit side. So 1,45,400, 1,29,600. So here 56,000. So here what happened is all partners they don't want to have this closing balance, old capital balance. They want to have a new capital, a change capital on the basis of new partners capital. So in order to calculate old partners new capital, we have to follow 3 necessary steps. And the steps are, the first step is total capital of new firm. Total capital of new firm. Total capital of new firm is equal to new partners capital. So what is new partners capital? New partners capital is 56,000 multiplied by reciprocal of his share profit. What is new partner's share profit? Their share profit is 1/6. So what is the reciprocal of 1/6? It will be 6/1. So how much will get? 56 multiplied by 6. 56 multiplied by 6. So we'll get how much? 3,36,000. Okay. And the second step is to calculate new profit sharing ratio of all the partners. And X and Y are partners sharing profit in the ratio of, yes, 3:2, and they admitted whom? then bid Z as new partner for 1/6 share. Since no information is given with regard to sacrifice made by X and Y in favor of Z, first we need to find remaining share in order to find new profit sharing ratio of all the parties. So here the remaining share is equal to 1 minus 1/6, which will be 5/6. And that 5/6 belongs to both X and Y. And 5/6 will be shared by all partner X and Y in their own profit sharing ratio. So, X new ratio is equal to 5/6 again, Y's new ratio. So 5/6 belongs to whom? Both X and Y. And 5/6 will be shared by X and Y in their all profit sharing ratio. What is all profit sharing ratio? 3:2. 3:2 means 3/5 and 2/5. So we can cancel this. So how much we got? 3/6. And here how much we got? 2/6. Z's new ratio is already given, which is 1/6. So therefore new profit sharing ratio of X, Y and Z is 3:2:1. Okay, now the third step is we need to distribute. Third step is distribution of total capital of new firm among all the partners in their new profit sharing ratio. If we do so, we will get all partners new capital. In a sense, we will get X and Y new capital. So we are going to find the third step is distribution of total capital of new firm among all the partners in their new profit sharing ratio. So first we need to find X new capital. So X new capital will be 3,36,000 multiplied by 3/6. So how much you get? 1,68,000. 1,68,000. I'll check it out here. Okay, 3,36,000 multiplied by 3/6. Okay, 3,36,000 divided by 2. Okay, 1,68,000. Next, we have to find Y's new capital. And now my new capital will be again 3,36,000 multiplied by what is Y's new profit sharing ratio? 2/6. 2/6, which will be 2 1s are 2, 2 3, 3 1, 3 again 1 and 12. 1,12,000. 1,12,000. So here Y's new capital is 1,12,000. So we don't have to find just new capital since it is given the question, which is 56,000. Okay, even we try to find it, we will get the same answer, that is 56,000. Okay, now what is X old capital balance? X old capital balance is how much? 1,45,400, which is already given. 1,45,400, and Y's old capital balance is how much? While old capital balance is 1,29,000. Now what we have to do is we have to compare old capital balance with new capital. Since both the X and Y, they don't want to have their existing capital, I mean old capital balance, they want to have new capital on the basis of new partners capital. So here we need to compare X old capital balance with X new capital. So here X old capital is less than the required capital, which is 1,60,000. If X old capital balance is less than X new capital, then there is a deficiency. If there is a deficiency, then X has to bring an additional capital so as to have 1,60,000 as his new capital. So we have to deduct 1,68,000. We have to deduct 1,45,400 from 1,68,000. 1,45,400, which means here X, there is a deficiency since X all capital balance is less than X new capital. So if there is a deficiency, then X has to bring an additional capital of 22,600. The difference between X all capital balance and new capital is 22,000, which means X has to bring additional capital, cash account DR to X capital account, 22,600. 22,600. X has to bring an additional capital of 22,600 since cash is coming to the business, therefore cash account should be debited since cash being an asset of the firm. And whereas X capital account is credited because X has brought an additional capital of rupees 22,500. Thereby, this capital account should be credited. Okay. Now we have to compare Y's old capital balance with Y's new capital. Since Y's old capital balance is okay. Since Y's old capital balance is more than Y's new capital, so there is a surplus, isn't it? Here Y's old capital balance is 1,29,000, whereas Y's new capital balance is 1,12,000, which means there is a surplus. If there is a surplus, then the excess amount should be withdrawn. The difference between these two amounts is 1,29,000 minus 1,12,000. How much we get? 17,000. Okay. The difference will be, yes, 1,29,000. Okay, 1,12,000. The difference will be 7,000, which means since there is a surplus, so Y will withdraws an excess amount of rupees 7,000. Since the difference between old capital balance and new capital balance is 7,000. So journal entry will be Y's capital account DR to cash account, which is rupees 70,000. Okay, since Y wants to have rupees 1,12,000 as his new capital, whereas his old capital balance is 1,20,000, which means he has to withdraw rupees 7,000 from his capital, and his capital will be decreased. If his capital decreases, it should be debited. That is why Y's capital account is debited and cash account is credited, because he has withdrawn rupees 7,000 from his capital account. Okay. Now we have to write the same amount here by balance brought down. Here, this is all capital balance, 1,45,400 and Y 1,29,600. Okay, sorry, I have made a mistake here. Here 1,29,600. So the difference amount will be, sorry, 1,29,600 minus 1,12,000, which is 7,600. So the difference will be 7,600. 7,600. Sorry. Okay. So here, Z's capital is 56,000. So now here, what happened is, X and Y, they don't want to have this capital, old capital balance. They don't want to have this. Instead, they want to have new capital. They want to have this capital, new capital. The required capital is 1,60,000. So, true balance carried down means closing capital. They don't want to have this closing capital, old closing capital. They want to have new closing capital balance, new capital. The new capital balance is 1,68,000 and here 1,12,000. Okay. Okay. Now see, in case of X capital account shows here, here X capital account shows debit balance, since debit side of X capital account is more than credit side, isn't it? So we have to write the total of debit side, which is 1,68,000. So I mean, new capital is more than old capital. So here old capital is less than new capital, which means, so here the same amount should be written here, 1,68,000. So the difference will be by cash, like we have done before here. Since X old capital balance is less than X new capital, which means there is a deficiency. If there is a deficiency, the journal entry will be cash account here to X capital. So the difference will be always by cash. So here, how much X has to bring? X has to bring rupees 22,600 here. Okay. Now we have to see Y's capital account. So here Y's old capital balance is 1,29,600 and Y's new capital is 1,12,000. So we have to write the total of Y's old capital balance, which is 1,29,600. Since Y's old capital balance is more than Y's new capital, so we have to write the total of Y's old capital, which is 1,29,600. And the difference will be obviously to cash, since Y's old capital balance is more than Y's new capital. So since if old capital balance is more than new capital, then there will be a surplus, and that surplus will be withdrawn by Y. And the journal entry is here. Y's capital account here to X capital. So Y's capital account is debited here. Debit part will be posted on debit side, but important to come later, right? RX. So what is RX? 7,600. Is that clear for you? Okay. So this will be balance figure also. Okay. The difference between old capital balance and new capital balance will be 7,600. Okay. And Z's capital will be same 56,000. Here again 56,000. So here I'm going to write 56,000. Okay. Is that clear for you? Okay. So now we are going to prepare a new balance sheet on the basis of old balance sheet. Okay. Okay, so we need to remember closing capital of all the partner, which is 1,68,000, 1,12,000 and 56,000. So I'm going to write here, since we have to prepare new balance sheet. For new balance sheet we need closing capital of all the partners. So closing capital of X, Y and Z. What is closing capital of X? Yes, 1,68,000. And what is closing capital of Y? 1,12,000. And the last one is 56,000 here. Okay. And total capital of new firm is, yes, 3 lakh. Total capital of new firm is, I'm going to 3,36,000. I'm going to write here, okay? Okay, now we are going to prepare new balance sheet. Okay. Now we have to prepare new balance sheet on the basis of old balance sheet. New balance sheet. liabilities, amount, assets, amount. Okay, so first we will start from asset side, and the first item is cash. Okay, cash. So here 87,000 is closing cash balance, and we need to find closing cash balance since we are preparing a new balance sheet. Okay, I'm going to write here. Okay, opening cash balance is rupees 87,000. We need to add, since new partner, that is Z, has brought rupees 56,000 as his capital and rupees 84,000 multiplied by 1 by 6, which is 14,000. Yes, since Z has brought rupees 56,000 as capital and rupees 40,000 as his share of goodwill in cash, which means cash will be increased. So Z's capital is how much? 56,000, and premium for goodwill is 15,000. Sorry, 14,000. New partner has brought rupees 14,000 as his share of goodwill. Okay. Now here we need to look here. Here cash account is debited, which means X has brought an additional capital of rupees 22,600 in order to have new capital. So here again cash is coming. So additional capital brought by X, which is how much? 22,600 less. So here cash account is credited, which means the excess amount is being withdrawn by Y, since his old capital balance is more than his new capital, which means he has to withdraw an excess amount of rupees 7,600. If he has withdrawn excess amount of 7,600 in cash, then cash will be decreased. Excess capital withdrawn. What is the amount? Yes, 17,600. This should be deducted. Sorry. Now we are going to find closing capital of closing cash balance. Closing cash balance. Okay, 87,000 plus 56,000 plus 14,000 plus 22,600 minus 17,600. Okay, so closing cash balance will be 1,62,000. So here we have to write closing cash balance is 1,62,000. Okay, and the next item is debtors, and the amount of debtors will be rupees 42,000. So here we have to write gross amount, since all debtors are good, which means there is no new provision. So we have to write, we are going to receive whole amount of 42,000. We are going to receive whole 42,000 from debtors, since all the debtors are capable of making their payment as and when they become due. Okay. Next, investment fluctuation. Next, investment. So here we can't write book value of investment, since current value of investment is 90,000. In new balance, we should always write current value of assets. So here the current value of investment is 19,000. So here we have to write 19,000. Next, building. So here again, here we have to write book value of building, since there is no information regarding building in the adjustment, which means there is no change in the value of building. So we need to write the book value of building, which is 90,000. Okay, and the last one is plant and machinery. So book value of plant and machinery is 10,000. In the adjustment, it is increased by 1,400. So 1,400 should be added on 7,000. Okay. So plant and machinery will be 71,400. Okay. Now we need to look on liability side. The first item is creditors. Creditors. So what is the creditors? Yeah, 66,000. So in additional information, rupees 9,600 is not likely to claim his money, which is the amount which is to be paid to creditor will be decreased by 9,600. So this 9,600 should be deducted from 66,000. Okay. So if we deduct 9,600 from 66,000. Okay. So we will get how much? 56,400. Okay. And both general reserve and investment fluctuation fund can't be shown in the new balance sheet since they are already transferred to a capital account of all partners in their own profit sharing ratio. Okay. And the next item is capital account. Capital accounts. X, Y, and Z. So here the closing capital of X, Y, Z, or I can say new capital of X, Y, Z are 168,000. So we need to write this 168,000 and 112,000, and the last one is 56,000. In total, how much we got? 3,36,000. Okay. Now we are going to add up total assets. 1,60,000, 42,000, 19,000 plus 98,000 plus 71,400, and the total asset is 3,92,400. Now we are going to add up total liabilities. Our creditor is 56,400 and total capital is 3,36,000. Yes. And the total liability is 3,92,400 also. So here the balance sheet gets tallied, which means all the transactions have been recorded properly and correctly. With this, I would like to conclude my today's video lesson. Thank you.